Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. I am Timothy Jaikwan. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines, President Ali commits to addressing flood or other issues in RUIMVELDT. Hinterland communities need to be food secure, Ali tells KAIKAN. Government submits proposal on composition of Constitutional Reform Commission. Tender to go out for project manager for gas to shore development, and serious crimes in Region 10 spiked to 7%, police commander. Now for the news in detail. We begin tonight's newscast by telling you that President Dr. Irfan Ali this morning reassured residents of South and North RUIMVELDT in Georgetown that efforts will be undertaken to address issues the communities are facing, including flooding. Several residents had gathered to meet with the head of state, who promised to work with them in coming up with solutions to tackle the floods. In fact, President Ali disclosed that a team of engineers has been tasked with conducting an assessment of the affected areas and will be engaging residents so that a collective resolution can be established. Let's have a look.
Asking engineers and the technical people, if you can lead it, to bring together the residents to have an initial discussion, right, on the plans that they have, and you see if that makes sense or if you need any changes. And in the plan, it also speaks about raising the streets, because if you raise the
watch the road. Sorry, the road broken up. The road broken up. The cars all the time.
Right, and also the tree culverts. This is not going to be an engineer dictating what the drainage will be. I want you to be involved in this. The drainage, the roads, and lighting. By 2024, we are working now on a plan that will see every single street, every single highway, every single community lit up with street lights. Right? So right now, we are going to the same manner on the new highways, but I want to assure you that all your communities will have equal lighting.
President Dr. Irfan Ali has outlined a plan of action that can be undertaken in the community of KAIKAN to activate and enhance its agricultural capabilities, as he underscored the importance of food security at the level of hinterland communities. Here's Moron with the details.
President Dr. Irfan Ali, in his address to residents of KAIKAN in Region 7 on Friday, highlighted the increasing cost of living facing not just Guyana, but the global community. Residents were advised that enhancing food production and becoming food secure should be undertaken to sustain communities. This requires capacity and resources, which government is committed to providing.
We have to ensure too that communities are sustainable. We have to build a capacity in these communities so that you can produce food in larger scale, and we can help you and to see ways in which we can work with you. So I want to engage the young people and the village council here in a specific project at enhancing your food production for both KAIKAN and RUIMVELDT.
The head of state outlined a plan that can be embarked on, moving into sustainable food production for the community by featuring shade houses and poultry farms.
What can we do? We can use technology. We can look at the establishment, because you can provide all the material. We can bring in the plastic that is needed, so that we can, as part of your school, the kitchen, your community kitchen, we can now attach 1 or 2 shade houses that will produce all the vegetables and other things that are critically needed for that kitchen, so that children and the community can become more sustainable in food production. I also want to engage the young people here in having them come together and let us establish one poultry project. Maybe we can start with a poultry project for egg production, because all your egg comes from outside of the area. And what I can do, I will ask the Ministry of Agriculture to come in here and to work on the establishment of a poultry project that look both at egg production and meat production, so that some of at least the needs of the community kitchen and the needs of the community itself, not the miners.
Last month, President Ali also disclosed that the $25,000 household grant for indigenous and riverine communities in the hinterland would be rolled out shortly. Moron, the Evening News.
The government of Guyana plans to go out to tender for an international project manager for the gas to shore development, with Vice President Bharat Chakdeo recently admitting that a company is needed with the capacity to manage a project of this magnitude. Gerald Bryan joins us with more.
During a recent press conference, Vice President Barry Jaggio revealed the government will soon seek a project manager for the Gas to Shore project. According to him, the tender will go out in a matter of weeks. Jaggio freely admitted that they do not possess the capacity to manage the implementation of such a project.
We are going out to tender in a matter of weeks for a project management group, the international project management group that will manage the contract on our behalf to see that the quality is maintained and that it comes in on budget and on time. Because we don't have that capability. Even at GPL, we had to get a foreign company to advise. It's a new kind, it's a combined cycle steam power plant and stuff, which is more stable. So we'll go out thereafter for the project management team to oversee this project.
Jaggio also explained that the 9 companies that were pre-qualified this year have already been sent their requests for proposals.
We are about to wrap up the negotiations for the gas to energy project. So the request for proposal has gone to the 9 pre-qualified companies. They will, by the end of July, we will have the proposals from them, the 9 pre-qualified companies. That is to build the power plant and the NGL facility.
The Gas to Shore project will see the establishment of a gas processing plant, GPP, and a natural gas liquids, NGL, facility. This will be capable of producing at least 4,000 barrels per day, including the separating of liquefied petroleum gas. The project will be located in the Hermitage, part of the Wales Development Zone, and is slated to be completed by 2024. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
The People's Progressive Party Civic Government has submitted a broad-based proposal for the composition of the Constitutional Reform Commission. This was done in the absence of the APNU AFC opposition, whose members once again displayed poor attendance at the Parliamentary Constitutional Reform Committee meeting on Friday. But according to Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandalal, the coalition will not be allowed to cripple or prevent the government from moving this country forward. Details in this Amar Prasad report.
Attorney General Anil Nandalal, who is the chairman of the Parliamentary Constitutional Reform Committee, said he and his government colleagues turned up to essentially empty benches at the Parliament building on Friday. The only opposition member who attended the meeting was Raphael Trotman, but he joined via Zoom and left in the midst of the meeting without making any contributions. Hours prior to the commencement of the meeting, Kemraj Ramjatan, Amanza Walton Desri, and Geeta Chandan Edmund indicated that they were unavailable to attend. This is the second time majority of the opposition members have displayed poor attendance at the committee meeting. Nevertheless, at Friday's meeting, Nandalal submitted government's proposal for the composition of the Constitutional Reform Commission.
The government is submitting that this commission, Constitutional Reform Commission, be established by a law, that the members are to be appointed by His Excellency the President, that 50% of the membership shall come from the government side in the Parliament and the opposition parliamentarians, and the other 50 shall come from civil society organizations, including the labor movement, the private sector commission, the religious organizations, Guyana Bar Association, farmers organizations, organizations representing women, and organizations representing youth.
Nandalal explained that these basic provisions will begin to be crafted into a bill, and then the other consequential provisions will be added later on after, which the final draft is sent to the various parties for approval before being presented to the National Assembly. The opposition has also failed to present its proposal to the committee despite being allotted time to do so after requesting the same. As such, the Attorney General stressed the need for the opposition's participation in moving this process forward.
Hopefully we find consensus and we can push the process forward. Because as I said, this is very important and not much work have been done having regard to the time that have already elapsed since Parliament began to sit. It is our expectation that the opposition and the government will, as far as possible, work consensually. Because in the absence of bipartisan cooperation, not much can be achieved in a constitutional reform process. The government can't allow that to cripple us and prevent us from moving the country forward.
For the evening news, Amar Prasad.
United States oil giant ExxonMobil is currently installing a new design flash gas compressor on the Destiny FPSO vessel in the Stabroek Block with the aim of not only reducing flaring activities but also increasing gas reinjection. Shane Marks has more.
The Destiny FPSO, which began production in December 2019 in the Stabroek Block, has experienced several bouts of above-normal flaring activities due to a problematic flash gas compressor that had to be sent overseas for repairs at least twice. While the oil major was able to bring down its flaring levels with the fixed gas compressor, the company had ordered a redesigned compressor that is expected to prevent flaring events. ExxonMobil has disclosed that the new equipment for the Destiny FPSO has arrived in Guyana for installation after extensive testing in Germany. The team is now working towards startup in mid-July with the aim of also achieving background flare on that vessel as designed.
As far as the operation on Destiny, we've been squarely focused also on getting us to background flare. I think most folks know that we've had a challenge with our flash gas compressor on the Destiny. We have now upgraded that design. We've got a new machine that's actually arrived from Germany. It's currently on the FPSO and getting installed.
According to Ryan, the company is also working on further increasing the reinjection and/or utilization of the gas from the Destiny FPSO activities.
The Liza Unity FPSO is injecting and compressing or utilizing 99.8% of the gas from the reservoir. We want to get to that perspective or that target on Liza Destiny. Liza Destiny is currently at about 96% of the total gas injected or consumed. So we're not quite to background flare, but this new machine will help us get to background flare, and we anticipate that sometime mid-July this year.
Last year, Guyana's Environmental Protection Agency was forced to amend the environmental permit for the Liza 1 development project last year and include specific regulatory requirements for the flaring of associated gas offshore. So far, the oil major has paid the Guyana government some US $8.3 million for 17 billion cubic feet of gas flared since production started nearly 3 years ago. Meanwhile, the EPA has also renewed the Liza Phase 1 environmental permit and also doubled the flaring fees for that development project. Similar flaring fines and strict water disposal stipulations have been included in the permits for the Payara and Yellowtail development projects. Shane Marks, The Evening News.
Coming up on the other side of the break, serious crimes in Region 10 spiked to 7%, says police commander. Please stay tuned.
With unlimited games to choose from, you can be a winner with Superbet. Choose from our virtual sports, live betting, sports betting, live roulette, and much, much more. Place your bets at www.superbet.gy or visit any one of our agents. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 18 and over. Play responsibly.
Wash bay operators, are you looking for that unique service to elevate your business? Well, come on down to your #1 industrial store, Sylvie's, and invest in an undercarriage pressure washer tool. That's right, impress your customers by now washing under their vehicles easy and efficiently with an undercarriage tool. We have in stock different types that offer a wider range of services and can increase your revenue without having to invest in expensive ramps. Your customers are going to leave satisfied. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets location, we can deliver in and around Georgetown. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Police Commander of Regional Division 10, Superintendent Hugh Winter, has revealed that a 7% increase in serious crimes was recorded in the Upper Demerara Upper Berbice region thus far this year. Find out more in this Amar Prasad report.
This was revealed by Region 10 Commander Superintendent Hugh Winter during a recent episode of the Guyana Police Force's program, Police and You.
I want to say from last year to date, we had 45, no, this year we have 45 serious crimes. Last year we had 42. The percentage, a slight increase of 7%, but looking at just 3 serious crimes for that 7%. So I just want to emphasize it's not because of the 7%, but it's only 3 serious crimes, additional 3 serious crimes to get that 7% over with. So we are trying now, to be in the minus.
Despite this increase in crimes, however, the commander stated that no serious crimes have been reported within the last month in the division. He also stated that there has been a decrease in sexual offenses, which mostly occur among minors in the region.
For the sexual offenses, I must say that it's drastically a reduction in our region. We are in the minus with sexual offenses. The reason I should feel behind that minus sexual offenses because we are actually, as I indicated earlier, in the schools. We are in the schools, we are speaking to the student, we are telling them the right from the wrong, we are giving them good advice, we are also partnering with other organizations or agencies to get a word over to the students.
Commander Winter stated that this decrease in sexual offenses stems from their various programs and initiatives amongst the schools, which also entails advice against the use of illicit substances, bullying, and other unwarranted behavior. The commander also urged parents to work with the police force in this regard.
Last week, we were at 3 different schools in the region, secondary schools. We are advocating to the students about drugs and different offenses. We have a person from the SOU, that's the sexual unit of this division. They were also there to tell the students there, or to put over to the students about the sexual activities that happen in the region, and how if they are faced with it, what to do. We had persons about the school, the fights in school, the bullies in school, and we spoke to that at length to the student, along with the teachers and the welfare department.
We now tell you that a Port Moron Quarantine Region 6 East Berbice quarantine couple was on Wednesday injured at the hands of a man who has been abusive to his ex-lover. Andrew Carmichael reports.
The couple, Kalawati Singh and Sukhdev Singh of Angerville, Port Moron Quarantine, had rescued their neighbor, 39-year-old Faweza Ramcharan, after she walked out of an abusive relationship. Ramcharan had moved in with her neighbors and had been living there for several weeks after her now ex-partner threatened to kill her. On Wednesday evening, Singh was in the lower flat of her house in a hammock with her husband when Ramcharan's ex-partner barged into the premises and began chopping her about her body. The man accused the couple of interfering in their domestic affair.
Already, he said, Sharon, I'm going to murder you. So when he talks up, he tell the man to rush in his yard, this girl jump over from the table, one little piece thing there, the girl jump over and there. The man turn around to me and he start chopping my hand. Me let up the foot, he fire chop. Then me stand up and after me see chop and me holler for my husband. When my husband run come down, he fire and chop on my husband running back. Run back one way and he stand up and he start chop me. When he chop me, tell me that smart tell and policeman smart tell and that me give statement at station against him. This time I tell this lady already that me not want to my house and this lady go to him station and tell one police name wrong, so she got poison, she picked them and she poisons herself because she confused. When she come home and she take she picked them and she says she go house, me tell her say I go away and then me started to hear help for she go home for go sleep.
Kalawati received injuries to her right side upper arm, fingers, left side hip, buttocks and right foot, while her husband, who attempted to protect her, received chops to both hands. The suspect then made good his escape. The couple was treated at the Port Moron Public Hospital. Meanwhile, Ramcharan, who was also present on the lower flat of the building, said after she recognized her ex-partner entering the yard, she jumped over a fence and went into hiding.
Afterward, now he want me young 15-year-old daughter. So the person is, for me, like, he want both of us, not she alone or me alone, both of us, because the way how the record why I get my phone, natural, the things we talk, like both of us he want. Every day you come wrong and you curse, you threaten me, say you murder me. When you don't murder me, nobody you can stop and forgive me that.
The couple told this newscast that it was not the first time the man had come to their premises. They said despite the threats which were reported to the WIM police station, not much help has been forthcoming from the police. Ramcharan, a mother of 6, and the suspect had been in a relationship for 14 months, but she ended it.
Me feel at WIM police station, if we continue to solve that law there, people gonna last a lot of life.
Ramcharan had gotten a restraining order dated April 21st, 2022, restraining her ex-partner from being within 50 feet of her. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
A similar incident is occurring in East Kanji Berbice, where a construction worker is calling for meaningful intervention by authorities after his family has been coming under frequent attacks from his son-in-law. Here is Andrew Carmichael once more with the details.
Wazim Amin says his 18-year-old daughter has been seeking refuge at his Bunbush Dam, Cumberland, East Kanji Berbice home following instances of abuse by her husband, a 25-year-old taxi driver. The husband is now accusing the family of interfering in the couple's relationship. On Monday, the husband armed himself with a crowbar and went to the family's house. The husband was reportedly charging towards his 16-year-old sister-in-law when Amin intervened and took away the weapon. However, the taxi driver reportedly left the yard and returned with a cutlass. This too was taken away from him. The following day, the matter was reported to Central Police Station.
The police then take statement. None of them never come.
Amin said his family was subsequently threatened, and as such the police was again contacted. Officers from the Reliance Police Station had visited the family but left without doing anything substantial. Amin's wife, Jasmati, claims she told the policemen that the suspect was inside the house, but they still departed without intervening. Shortly after the cops left, the suspect began stoning their house, causing a window and television set to be damaged.
The police went right down here when the bystander held up the battle. When we called, the police ignore we.
You call the police cell number?
Stand down here, I have called the police. Ignore we.
Amin says the situation is affecting his children's education.
From since Monday to now, my children can't go to school because I fear for their life. I think that the upstairs is locked up in a bedroom, never can come down and talk to me. She fear for her life. They threatened she for kill she.
Did you show the police these items that he came?
The police tell me let me carry it upstairs and I put it up.
So the police did not take this?
No, they tell them carry it upstairs and put it up. When the police come and take out pictures. When the police take out pictures, they're gone. Last night now, I called the police and asked what's going on because the banner is up on the road from molesting my family still. Say how let me fix back my window then.
Regional Commander Borden Ryan Passat has since been informed of the situation and has promised to intervene. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
We now tell you that the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry, GBTI, on Friday rolled out its Drive Home campaign that seeks to create an avenue for easier home ownership and financing. Here is Rupert Sinorain with more.
This promotion will culminate at the International Building Expo 2022, set for July 22nd to the 24th. Targeted groups in the campaign are persons who wish to purchase or build a home, those who maintain mortgages and want to switch to GBTI, or those that have existing mortgages and want to benefit from additional value. At the upcoming expo, pre-approval for loans will be done on the spot.
As an individual, home ownership is the single largest investment that you can make. And so by doing that, it allows you the opportunity to make wise financial decisions and to empower yourself to be able to come to the bank, and from a house you can use. First, once you own a home, it allows you to own a car, to do other investments, and so we believe home ownership is the most single important investment, and so we are here today to promote that and tell you how you can come to the bank to benefit.
In continuing to promote affordable retail banking opportunities, GBTI is also active in enabling easy financing for the acquisition of land, as well as lowered interest rates. Additionally, the bank will be partnering with selected furniture, appliance, and hardware stores for new homeowners to complete their homes. Permanent Secretary at the Housing Ministry Andre Ali related that such efforts foster home ownership but also contributes to affordable housing solutions for all Guyanese.
This initiative is important since it helps to foster home ownership, which goes a step further than just land ownership. Lowering of interest rates will directly translate to making home ownership easier and more accessible, especially to the most vulnerable, that is our low-income earners. Why is this important? The initiative being launched here today supports the mandate of the Ministry of Housing and Water in providing affordable housing solutions to all Guyanese.
Those who have successfully acquired a loan or related services with the bank will have a chance to win a new Toyota SUV. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
We'll now take a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Sunday, June 19th at 22 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berries River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Sunday, June 19th at 8 hours 10 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Guyana to play Trinidad and Tobago in Women's Super 50 on Sunday at Providence. This and more coming up in the Sportscast sponsored by Macor.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store, located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site RUIMVELDT.
Get the right seal right now from Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., your immediate SKF sealing solutions. The SKF Seal Jet Machine is capable of building seals from 5mm to 600mm in diameter in under 5 minutes. With technical support readily available, you can get a customized seal to suit virtually any industrial application, like buffer, rod, wiper, and piston seals. SKF Seal Jet Machine, now at Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc.